Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana Midday.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana Midday. I'm Dylan Selke. The war in Ukraine could be at a critical juncture. U.S. and Ukrainian officials say they're refining a ceasefire plan that stemmed from earlier talks between the U.S. and Russia. Negotiators sound optimistic that they could be taking a step toward ending the war. Amy Kiley has more.
It is probably the most productive day we have had on this issue, maybe in the entirety of our engagement.
U.S. and Ukrainian officials say they're making substantial progress with ceasefire talks. That's after they met in Geneva, Switzerland yesterday.
Дипломатія активізована. Це добре.
Diplomacy has been activated, which is good, very good. We expect that the results will be the right steps.
The negotiators are working off President Donald Trump's 28-point ceasefire plan. It stems from U.S. talks with Russia. Bipartisan critics say the original favored that country too much. Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio says U.S. and Ukrainian negotiators have been modifying the plan. He says the remaining issues are, quote, not insurmountable. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky appears to share Rubio's optimism. He says Trump's team appeared to be listening.
The first priority is reliable peace, guaranteed security, respect for our people, respect for everyone who gave their lives defending Ukraine from Russian aggression.
In a statement, U.S. and Ukrainian officials say they're working toward, quote, aligning positions and identifying clear next steps. At some point, those steps have to involve Russia once again.
Like any final agreement, they'll have to be agreed upon by the presidents, and there are a couple issues that we need to continue to work on.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
President Trump could unveil a plan to address rising healthcare costs as soon as today. Sources say the timing and content of the proposal could change, but it appears to address expiring Obama subsidies. KFF estimates the cost of premiums could more than double if the pandemic-era assistance ends. Democrats say their government shutdown fight was an attempt to stop that from happening. The Senate is set to vote next month on a related bill. The longest government shutdown in U.S. history is now over. However, uncertainty persists in the food assistance sector as it remains unclear how long it will take for families to receive full benefits. NewsLink Indiana's Joey Thielen visits Second Harvest Food Bank to see how this issue has affected the most vulnerable community members and the food bank's future plans.
Uncertainty still hangs over the heads of working-class Americans even after the longest government shutdown came to a close. Director of Fundraising and Development at Second Harvest, C.S. Hendershot, explains why this is the case.
We know that folks are starting to see a partial allocation of their SNAP benefits. We have no idea. We can't tell people when they will see their full allotment of their benefit.
Additionally, questions still remain regarding how much federal funding Second Harvest and other food banks across America will receive in 2026. The Chief Operations Officer at Second Harvest, Sonny Matters, emphasizes how this hinders the organization's ability to fulfill its mission.
The current SNAP situation has impacted the approach of Second Harvest Food Bank in that we are trying to work alongside neighbors who are in need to move them out of their current situation and out of poverty and finding some food security. And this has been a step back from that.
However, during this difficult and turbulent time for those struggling, the silver lining has been a remarkable outpouring of support from those least affected.
So we've seen an outpour of support from the community, which has been so beautiful. A lot of partners are doing food drives for us right now, which is fantastic. We've also seen a lot of people step up and volunteer right now. Our tailgates, the lines are almost double what they typically are, and it is some long hours for volunteers to be out there packing cars full of food.
As the community unites in caring for and protecting those less fortunate, a glimmer of hope shines through towards a brighter tomorrow. In Muncie, Joey Thielen, NewsLink, Indiana.
To help support Second Harvest Food Bank, go to www.curehunger.org. Then click Get Involved. To donate money, click Donate Now. To volunteer, click on Volunteer Today. To donate food, click on Fill Our Shelves. And to advocate for Second Harvest Food Bank, click on Raise Your Voice. A home has been damaged after a run-in with a minivan. TJ Dysart has more.
The shocking moments caught on surveillance video. It's Saturday just before 3 a.m. near 19th and Windlake Ave. A minivan can be seen tearing down the street. It loses control, then veers onto the sidewalk before crashing into a home, forcing the porch to collapse, sending debris across the yard. The 29-year-old driver killed.
And less than 24 hours later, the damage still well on full display. Take a look. The entire roof here caved in, bricks everywhere. And take a look at this. 2 car seats from that car.
The police started removing the seats and everything else.
That's Shane Mervin, the homeowner. He was in bed when the crash happened, the impact jolting him awake instantly.
I guess I would describe it as like a huge bass drum, because it was just a huge thump. By the time I got out here, I figured out, oh, that's why.
His porch is gone, but the house itself still habitable.
The fire department and the city inspector were both here to inspect for structural damage, and thankfully there isn't any.
Milwaukee police have not yet said what caused the crash, but Mervin has his suspicions.
Those are not my beers. Those were taken out of the vehicle. There's no like brakes or skid marks, and it was a pretty straight shot. And they estimated he was doing about 80.
Mervin now left with a massive mess, but nonetheless alive.
No one here was hurt, and nothing was damaged that can't be fixed.
Reporting in Milwaukee, TJ Dysart, WISN 12 News.
Let's take a look at today's NewsLink Indiana weather. These are the conditions right now. It's 50 degrees under partly sunny skies. Expect more clouds this afternoon with a high in the mid-50s. Get ready for much cooler weather in the 7-day forecast. High temperatures will drop to the 30s for Thanksgiving, and there is a chance of rain or snow showers this weekend. Thanksgiving is the busiest holiday for travel, and this year roads and airports during the Thanksgiving holiday period are expected to be busier than ever. Nearly 82 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home during the period that runs from the Tuesday before Thanksgiving to Monday, December 1st. That's 1.6 million more travelers compared to last Thanksgiving. At least 73 million will travel by car. 6 million U.S. travelers are expected to take domestic flights over the Thanksgiving holiday period. And that's your NewsLink webcast for today. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to join us tonight at 6:57 on Ball State PBS. And for news anywhere, anytime, go to CardinalMediaBSU.com.